from everybody else?
My deep ball, it has a little secret sauce to it, man.
Never get too high, never get too low, but just keep moving.
The whole story is Carlos never beat me in any kind of sports in high school.
So from my man, Mr. Whisper, what do you guys think is stopping the Bengals from seeking out players still out there like Ryder and Easton if the guards are struggling so much? I mean, honestly, I'm going to be real. I don't think that we're going to get into some of the positive ones. I think there are some guards on this roster that did play solid. I will say for all the Michael Jordan slander that has come this offseason, I think that he played extremely solid. Deontay Smith played extremely well. Quentin Spain in limited fashion. I mean, he was coming off of an injury. I think that they're going to be fine. So when you talk about
no Fred
either. So Fred is definitely going to steady up this ship for sure. You could definitely see that Frank Pollock and his touch of technique has definitely helped influence some of those guys. Not to say that there aren't guys struggling, right? Because Jackson Carman did have a mixed bag, as Zim pointed out earlier, as one of the ugly ones. And then obviously you talk about Xavier Suafilo as well. But I think that they're moving somewhere. Billy Price is another one. I don't know if you consider him a guard center. But I think that Ryder and Easton, at the end of the day, you got to look in the mirror and say there's 32 other teams. Is there a reason that they're still out there?
Right.
Possibly.
Same reason Rick Wagner and all these guys. Rick Wagner, I went on his Instagram. He living his best life. And not Wagner, Mitchell Schwartz. Because somebody was like, why won't they get Mitchell Schwartz? I'm like, Mitchell Schwartz in the water, Mitchell Schwartz everywhere in the world. He like, forget football, bro. And he got a lot of bank. So he's not really tripping off the money, probably.
Facts.
I did want to say though, like on the line play though, Fred Johnson should be suiting up Friday, so that will shore up some of the depth. So Friday, the game against the Washington football team, I'll be there, front row and center, 50-yard line. So I'll be able to give you my ace report when I come back from Washington. I'm gonna go live too. So if you guys go on Instagram or Twitter or something, in my mind, as long as my internet connection is crispy, I'm gonna go live with you at some point on Twitter, and I'm gonna go live with the people at some point on Instagram. So make sure y'all follow that. If you're at the game, come holler at me, come check me out.
And follow him on Twitter at ZimWhoDey, and follow me at New Stripe City on there. Another super chat from DJ Mister. Can we be a top 10 to 15 defense this year? Also, who will be the starting offensive line week 1? I'll say that the top 10 to 15 defense this year is a wait and see for me. I think the defense looked very, very good, but you have to also consider that Tom Brady was only in for like maybe a series and a half, like if that. And I think that they did solid against them, but obviously Blaine Gabbert is a totally different animal than Tom Brady and some of those starters that they have. I do like the pressure that they got onto the quarterbacks and things of that nature, and I do like some of the looks that they have. But a lot of the stuff generally in preseason is going to kind of be vanilla into what they'll actually do during the season. So could they potentially be a top 15 defense? Yeah, it's possible, but I think it's just too early after just one game to completely say that. Zim, did you want to take the second half of this question? Who will be the starting offensive line for week 1?
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, I out of nowhere, like a good Cincinnati story, like Deontay Smith is looking like, to me, as of right now, looking like the front runner for right guard. I mean, we already knew left tackle was Jonah. We already knew left guard Spain sold that up. He came to camp and told you it was his job. So when a grown man that big talking like that, he not playing around. So then in center we got Hopkins, so he's been clear for everything like that. So he's hitting the ground running. Right guard was the one that's up in the air. It looks like it's going to come between Mike Jordan and Deontay Smith. For me personally, nothing against MJ. I know he's looking better. I put out a tweet earlier today. I just said for a year that inconsistent, I just lost all my trust in him, because there are literally like 2 games that I watched from him and I couldn't believe he was on the field. It made me upset, like in the off season. So like to see him like now, like, I'm not a prisoner of the moment. Like I kind of take it in and I can't forget that. So one of the challenges I have to him in which this is what all fans should do, I think. What's up, Davis Martin? Tell your brother we kicked his ass on Sunday. Because he was talking that Buccaneer stuff. I was like, bro, it's just a preseason game. It's the Bucks, and we're going, you know, like, I don't even know what they're saying is what we're going to buck up.
It's a Bucks life, I think.
Well, he probably was like, we're going to buck up. Well, we bucked you the buck up. All right, so right guard, we got Deontay Smith, then right tackle, Riley Reef. So I like that lineup. Mike Jordan, I'm challenging him. The difference between a bad fan and a real fan is this. I want him to succeed. People that go online and be like, he sucks and the Bengals will never, like, you're a loser. I want him to win. But the difference is I'm challenging him to be better, and he cannot be that inconsistent. If he plays for us, why would you not want him to do good? But I just don't believe that he's a starting guard in the NFL. But now he could show me. And every week I will come on here and say he made me eat crow, and I love that. That's what I live for. So that's where I stand with Michael Jordan. And that was a great question, though, DJ.
Nah,